Okay, Scott, you remember my son Chad? Well, he went on a quail hunt. The way that they clean these things is they split them down the back and then they just peel the skin and feathers, guts all out of them. So what you end up with is a bird that don't have the skin on him, so there's nothing to go and protect that meat when you're frying it. Well, I soaked them in buttermilk, then it was equal mixtures of breadcrumbs and flour, and I threw in a few panko breadcrumbs just for some crispness. And you let them sit in that buttermilk overnight or a few hours. Then after you shake them in that mixture, what you're going to want to do is let them sit in that refrigerator for 30 minutes or an hour. Because what's going to happen then is that coating going to stick to those quail, and you can see how it is right now. Them quail, it's like they got a new skin on them. So I'm going to go ahead and fry these up and we'll get right back with you. I always start those birds the back side down and get that coating set on there. Then you can watch right here and you can see that blood start to come out of there, whatever's left from that buttermilk soak. And then that's one way of telling how done those quail are. When them fluids start to get clear, well, you done fried them plenty enough. Now, most of the cooking you got to do on that quail is on the breast side, because that back side ain't hardly no meat to it. And you know, that's just the way that is. When them birds come out of that fryer, that's when I'm going to hit them with a little bit of this trail dust. And that way you get to taste the bird and the seasoning. And that seasoning didn't get fried off in that oil. That's just the way Buddy T does it. Alright, Scott, you got to do something with them pan drippings, so I drained most of it all out of there, and I know it's supposed to be a certain amount of oil to a certain amount of flour, but I never paid attention to that because I didn't go to cooking school, but I can still whoop most anybody that did. So this is the way I make my milk gravy. You see there's a little extra oil in there. After you stir that flour, you just put a little bit more flour in. And you're cooking a flour taste out of that by cooking it in that oil. But that ain't the only thing you're going to do. Now we're going to add some milk to make our milk gravy. You can add a little bit of half and half if you want to live the high life. The regular milk in there, you just stir it around. You can reduce that heat now. See how quick that milk gravy come together? Now, this is a brown milk gravy. Now I'm going to show you what my secret is. The secret is you get your couple tablespoons of butter. Put that butter in there with it. Man, now this is going to make it even more better. Put this on the flour now. And if it's a little too thick, which that looks a little too thick, just add a little bit more milk. And you can see there is no measuring is required on that. As soon as that butter gets melted in here, it's going to be just right. Alright, Scott, you can see that soaking it in that buttermilk and that flour and breadcrumbs, you can see it put like a skin on them quail. So it stayed really, really juicy. And I know that quail, that's your state bird. So here in Texas, we did justice to it. We fried it, made a milk gravy with mashed taters, and we're going to put a biscuit on the plate too. So you might want to run that by your legislature so they got a state dish to go with the state bird. That's all, buddy, you got to say about that.